Hey, welcome back, Prime family. It's another hot week here in Texas. We're in the middle of August. We've had some of the hottest days so far. And what do we got coming up this week?
Man, consecutive triple-digit weather out here. It's been miserable, muggy, super hot. But guess who hasn't been? Our customers, because we've been out there servicing them, installing brand new systems, super efficient systems. And this week we have two full S Series installs.
Nice.
At one of our customers' house here in Highland Village.
Perfect, man. They're gonna enjoy that. I saw something on the weather that it's gonna be 114 degrees. 114 degrees, mind-blowing. But you know, with the Amana S Series and the Amana cloud services, you know, we've been able to monitor all of the 50 plus customers already that we've installed these Amana S Series systems to, and we've been able to keep a nice detailed graph of how the solar systems have been able to perform. We've seen the humidities being able to be maintained. We've seen the temperatures that are steadily, you know, wherever the customer sets to. So these units have been performing well above what we expected, you know. And it's just weird because they're so little, so compact, and you don't think about it. You say, man, that's, how is that gonna cool, you know, that house? But in reality, man, those systems are just next level amazing. So stick with us today. We're gonna go pick up the equipment. We're gonna like always continue to talk about the Amana S Series and why it's the #1 air conditioning system you should install for you and your family.
Follow along.
Now, one of the most frequently asked questions when we're presenting options to our customers between the Amana S Series and the Amana traditional cube unit is what makes them different. And one of the most glaring and visual things that separates them is their size. The Amana S Series is a very compact unit, while the Amana Cube is your traditional air conditioning system that we've seen for the last 50 years. So let's take a closer look and let's do some measurements so that you can see the difference between the two options. The Amana S Series comes in two different types of footprints. They have their 2 to 3 ton capacity footprints, and then they have their 3.5 all the way up to 5 ton capacity footprints. So let's take the measuring tape and let's take a deeper look in this particular S Series. Now this is a 3 ton unit here. That means this unit has a 14-inch depth, a 37-inch width, and 27 inches of height. Now the 3.5 ton all the way up to 5 tons are very similar in those dimensions. They're just a little bit taller, about 37 inches in height. Now, another thing that really makes the Amana S Series very versatile in installation is that we can either put it on the ground on a concrete slab, or we can install them in a hanging bracket that we put on the side of the wall. And that helps with, if you have an area that has a lot of water, a lot of leaves, a lot of grass, we can elevate the unit away from the elements. So those are two of the features that really separate the Amana S Series from our traditional cube units. Let's take a look at the cube unit and see those dimensions. Now, let's take a look at the Amana traditional cube unit and the dimensions that it boasts. This particular 2-stage unit here measures 35.5 by 35.5 by 39.5. This is the traditional 2-stage unit and traditional cube style air conditioning unit that we have installed for the last 20 or 30 years. It's a very great unit if we don't have any concerns with lot sizes, or if we still like the curb appeal of the traditional air conditioning units. So that is the difference between the Amana S Series and the Amana traditional cube units that you can visually see. Now let's talk a little bit more about internally what makes them different, and this, I believe, is where the S Series runs away with it. Now, the Amana S Series is the new toy on the playground. This has all the greatest and best technologies that you as a consumer would want to heat and cool your home. What separates this particular system, aside from the obvious, the size, is the internal technology that it has. This particular system has a true swing inverter compressor, and in layman's term, what that means is, imagine you had a light switch in your house that you can dim your light to this particular, luminous that you want. That's what this compressor does, but it does it automatically. It notices and senses, hey, I don't need all the 3 tons of air conditioning in my home. I can get away with it if I just ramp down at 20%. And if it notices, hey, I need a little bit more to cool the home, then it ramps up. Another thing that really makes them more unique is that it has dehumidification settings built into the computer here, meaning sometimes the compressor doesn't need to run in the cool setting, it dehumidifies. When we dehumidify the air inside of our home, we feel colder, right? The less moisture that's in the air, the better we feel, the crispier that cold air feels in there. So this thing is doing that 24/7. And with the Amana cloud services that we are part of, we're able to monitor this thing minute by minute, day by day, month by month, and really see how these units are performing. So it's a great option for the consumer that's looking for the best technology, the versatile, sizing that they pack, and they look very good as well. So let's take a look at the traditional cube unit and see the technology that unit has been known for many years. Here's the Amana traditional cube style system in the 2-stage configuration. So this particular system here has a 2-stage compressor. Now 2-stage compressors operate at either 70% capacity or 100% capacity. Once the home has reached the optimal temperature, it will operate primarily at the lower speed, which is great for dehumidification in the home, and that's what will make the home feel very crispy. But this system can also ramp up to second gear to 100% capacity if the load in the home is more than the system in the first stage can handle. This has endured the test of time. This was the creme of the creme. This was the very best system that you could put in your home before the inverter systems and technology started coming out. Now, this unit here has the communication device, has the control board out here, has the temperature sensors, it's monitoring the amp draws, it's communicating with the indoor equipment. So it's still a very high efficiency unit. It's just still in the traditional cube style. So that's what separates them both in technology. And now that you know that they're also different in sizing, let's take a look at how they sound when they start up. Okay, let's start up the Amana Cube 2-stage unit. Now we have it configured here in a zoning system, and now that's why you see all these ducts and wiring and everything back here. This is really for training purposes, but let's just turn it on. Let's choose the thermostat here. We're gonna go to cool mode like we would on a normal thermostat here. Put it in cool. We're going to drop the temperature below the set point. And let's take a look. Now, as you can see, the unit is still very quiet by industry standards, but you can still hear the compressor, you can still hear the fan, and just so we know what stage it is, on the outdoor computer here, we have a C2, indicating that the unit is ramping up to its high capacity. The reason it's doing that is because on the thermostat, we set the temperature below a set point beyond 1 or 2 degrees, making this unit saying, hey, I gotta catch up, right? So let's turn it off and let's hear how the compressor shuts off. And there you have it. That's the shut-off procedures on the Amana traditional cube system. The first thing that shuts off is the compressor. The fan will operate for about 5 seconds, trying to remove all that residual heat from the coil buildup. and then the system will shut off. Now the indoor unit will continue to run, and that's to remove all the cold air that's still stuck inside of the evaporative coil, which is this portion here. And that ensures that you as the consumer are pretty much harvesting all of the cold air that you want that system to produce. Now, let's take a look at the S Series and let's see how that sounds starting up and shutting down. Here's the Amana S Series system. Now, this particular unit can only operate with the brand new Amana Wi-Fi smart thermostat. This is the brains behind the operations. Now, not only is it Wi-Fi compatible, meaning you as the consumer will be able to control this system from anywhere in the world, but it also has the ability to have the Amana cloud services activated. Now, for us as a company, it's an amazing tool. We're able to monitor your system, see the efficiencies, see run times. If the unit has alerts, we can jump on it before you do, and we can also remote diagnose without having to waste time going into your home or taking off of work. So it's an awesome feature that the Amana S Series has, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to listen to this unit and see the difference between the two. Now let's go to the thermostat, let's turn it on cool, let's sit back and let's listen. That's a difference in noise level there. This unit boasts noise levels as low as 45 dBs. As you can tell, you haven't even heard the compressor kick on. This system is so whisper quiet that compared to a traditional cube system, there is no comparing them. This is one of the most quietest systems in the market. Now let's go to the thermostat and let's shut it off, and let's watch the procedures and noise levels that it makes when we're shutting off the new Amana S Series system. And again, there is just no level of noise that we can compare this unit to. The procedures of the new Amana S Series system, when it's shutting off, the compressor will turn off, the fan will continue to operate at low RPMs, removing all that residual heat that's still on the evaporative coil and on the outdoor condenser coil. All of that is just to continue to push as much as that cool air into your home, saving you money, saving you electricity, and keeping your home the most comfortable that it can ever be. There you have it. That's the difference between the Amana S Series and the Amana traditional cube system that we offer. Now, I hope this video was informative, and I hope you got to see not only the size difference, but the noise difference that both of these great options have to offer. Now, I think the guys have finished pulling all the equipment, so let's go ahead and load it up and let's head on to the job site.
All right, we're out here in the warehouse. As you can see, everything is nice and staged here. Now our guys do a very good job making sure everything's accounted for and staged so we can load it up and take it to the job site. What we like to do is make sure we double check and triple check, because it's critical once we get to the job site. We don't want to be coming back, right? Take a look at the 2S Series here. Almost the same size as our traditional cube unit over there. So both of them are here. We got both coils, as well as the two furnaces, A and VC, communicating as well. This job is going to require a good air balance, so we have dampers installed on the supply plumbs for every duct run. Armor Flex, we're actually installing a brand new line set because the one that's currently there has a lot of kinks and just torn apart a little bit. So we want to make sure that the system has the best equipment, best accessories, that way it can provide long-lasting efficiency and reliability for our consumer. Shout out to Edwin over there, our TM, the Amana man himself. Oh yeah. So let me introduce you to Edwin here with Standard Supply, the man, the myth, the legend. He's the one responsible for making sure that our equipment and our accessories are readily available. That way we can provide the comfort that you need day in and day out.
Here at Standard, we set the standard, and we always make sure to take care of y'all. It's crazy hot. Whew, still sweating here. We're making it work to make sure we keep y'all cooling and keep everybody happy. We've been taking great care of Prime AC for more than 10 years. And man, just a great partnership, being able to help them out and make sure to keep y'all's customers cool and keep y'all rolling.
So Prime partnerships, Prime installations equals Prime customer service. So day in and day out, we're making sure that these S-Series are available so we can bring that comfort to you so you can get back to what's important to you, your time. We'll load it up. Everything in here. Now it's time to go over to the job site. Okay, so everything's nice and staged, ready to go. You can see everything's getting sorted out. Got the trash pile going, that'll eventually go away. We got Johnny here building the plenum. Little bit of a process. Like I said, it's a big puzzle that we got to put together, but everything's coming along nicely, and we should be able to knock this thing out in today. So we got to try to beat the heat. Stick around. All right, how's everybody doing? It's around 6:30. Our guys have been working here all day long, non-stop, to get these units installed. Now, before we go check on them, I want to take this time to ensure that you guys got to see the steps and the requirements that it takes for us to fully design these systems before our guys come out here and execute the installation. Now, our engineers, our install department, when he comes out to these homes and he's taking the time, to design the system for our customer, we're looking at everything. We're looking at the ductwork, we're looking at the drain line, we're looking at the electrical, the gas, all of that. We're looking at the entire scope of the design. And the reason why is because we want to ensure that your investment lasts for 20, 30 plus years. These systems are very critical in the design process and in the installation process. Now, we have some of the best install teams here, so let's go check in on them. And I heard they got one of the units already up and running, so excited for that. Tag along, let's take a look. Let's go check on the condensers. Great. So, totally different than what was here in the morning. Now, Juan, one of our lead installers here, he's working on getting the line set covered installed. Like Brett said, we ran new line set, right? We want new copper all the way through. And we're gonna seal the very top, and then we're gonna put this aluminum covering over it. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna ensure that the system and the line set are fully protected, not only from the elements, but from people coming by or anything really compromising that copper. And that's what those line set covers are for. But take a look at these little S series out here. Totally different than your typical cube unit. They're very small, very quiet, and I don't know if you can or cannot hear it. It's my favorite saying here, but this one's running. This is the downstairs unit here, and it is fully operating right now, producing cold air. We got tons of heat coming out of here, and you can't hear the compressor. I would bet that you can probably hear the neighbors. So, very happy with how everything is coming along here. We'll dive a little bit deeper once the install portion is complete, but so far, Juan, you're doing a great job, man. Love it. Welcome to the attic. Wow, what a difference. So So I think y'all remember how everything up here was installed, how there was really no room at all whatsoever up here. And now we have a very clean path. Now they're still working here, so don't mind the mess. But I want to take a look and sure everything is coming along good. Great job, Jonathan.
Yes, sir.
So check it out. We got both units right now. Our guys are still working hard up here, ensuring all the small details and everything is done to code. But we already can see they got the drain pans, they got the drain lines, safety switches, filters. They're working on the flue pipe right now. We got all the dampers installed. So far everything's coming along really good. Now I know it's a little messy up here, but once they clean it all up, we'll come back up here, we'll get some better shots, and again, show you all the little steps that we take to ensure your investment is well worth it. So let's go check on our lead installer, Juan, and let's learn a little bit about him. He's one of the techs that we have here. He's the one responsible for managing the team and ensuring that everybody is doing their job. So let's go meet with him. Okay, y'all, I want to introduce y'all to a very special person that ensures this whole installation comes out correctly. And that is our main man, the guy behind the scenes managing the entire team. This is Juan. This is our lead installer, the manager, the boss, the one who ensures, again, that everything comes out correctly here. And I've known Juan for almost 12 years now, and I've seen him grow, you know, from a helper to a lead installer to running and managing the entire team. And I couldn't be more proud of having a partnership with Juan. Juan is married, has 3 beautiful kids, 1 on the way. Is that correct?
One on the way.
So, you know, all of us here at Prime AC and Heat, we have a family, and we ensure that when we come to your home and we do the work, we take pride in our work, and we ensure that we would do the same if it was in our house.
Now, you know, George, we always try to do the best for Prime, you know, because Prime is my family. You know, Prime take care of me, I take care of Prime. So every time when I'm in front of the installs, I always make sure, you know, everything is come good. The equipment comes how we ordered it, and everything, you know, all the install, you know, make sure everything's running good, make sure we don't have no problems, drains, electrical, everything. You know, this kind of job is not that easy. How it is, it's hard.
And again, I just couldn't be more proud and happy to have a partnership like you here in our team. So when you guys out there are inquiring about getting these systems designed and installed, you can count on Prime, not only on the design portion of it or on the maintenance and service, but on the installation, knowing that you have a team that has your best interest as heart. Great job today, man.
Thank you.
One of the many products that we include in the installation, and this goes hand in hand with the designing of the equipment, is the attic tent. The attic tent is really designed for systems that are located in the attic or in the crawl space. So those have a pull down access with the staircase, and that's how you're able to get into the attic. Now there is nothing there covering that hole or insulating it. And here in Texas, those temperatures in the attics can get north of 150 Fahrenheit. So very hot, needless to say. So this attic tent does a very great job in insulating that pocket of air and ensuring that the system is not drawing any excess heat that it needs to. That also will help balance the home. Sometimes you have a lot of hot and cold spots. So again, a very awesome product that we include in our installation. And again, all of this is just to ensure that the system is operating at its maximum efficiency. Now, one of the many features about the Amana S Series is their low consumption of electricity, saving you money every time that you turn on that thermostat. Now, when we started the day, I know Brett pointed out to you that the breakers that were originally installed here were sized for a traditional cube unit. And if I think I remember correctly, there were 40 amp breakers. These units here only use 25 amps. And what that means is that the systems just don't consume that much electricity. Very quiet, very efficient, and saves you a lot of money. Now, another awesome product that we install, and this is really on all of our high efficiency air conditioning system, is the surge protector. Now, the surge protector serves a purpose. The purpose is if the house experiences a power surge or we get a lightning strike nearby, just something that's going to mess up the electronics. These systems here are pretty much a huge computer, compressor, coil, and fan. And that computer is the brains of the whole operations. It's what makes these units so special. So we protect it by installing the surge protector. Now the surge protector gets installed on the disconnect switch here, right to the side. And the customer knows that they're protected because there's a green LED light right next to it. From the training room to the real world, here's the finished product, the Amana S Series, the system that you should want to have in your home, heating and cooling your family HVAC needs. This system here is revolutionizing the way that we heat and cool our homes across the nation. Now, we couldn't be happier to be able to provide such an amazing product to all of our customers. But let me just show you what our team does when we install these systems. The very first thing that we do outside is we take off all of the old condenser pads. We level the ground, we put leveling gravel, and then we put a very sturdy concrete slab. This ensures that this system will stay in its place for many, many years. And we go a step above. We also bolt down these units here to ensure that they are secure and in a spot where they will not move. Now, again, I'm not sure if you can hear it or not, but this system is currently running. Very quiet, decibels as low as 45 dBs. So again, one of the quietest air conditioning systems in the market. The Amana S Series also comes the Amana Cloud Services. Now that is the feature that takes this unit to the next level. We're able to remote access the operations of the system. We can see pressures, we can see discharge temperatures, RPMs on the motor, compressor speeds, everything without having to come to the site, opening up the box, or using any specialty tools. Again, this system here is revolutionizing the way we heat and cool our homes. So very happy with the way this system installed came out. Now let's go upstairs and let's take a look at how that one came out. Alrighty, so the M12 mini leaf blower indicates that the install has completed. Couldn't be happier with how the install came out. Mess up here, and now we have plenty of room, plenty of serviceability. So let's get into the details and let's talk about everything that we did here to improve the air quality for this customer. Let's dive into the details of this particular install. So the very first thing that we'll talk about is how this unit is supported. If you remember, the old unit was holding on by metal strap, which was a practice, and it still is, but it's not the best way and obviously not the cleanest way to hang this furnace, coil, and plenum. Now we install a hung right kit. The hung right kit is bolted onto the rafters, and it sits the unit on top of the hung right kit, keeping the unit nice and leveled and keeping the vibration to a very minimum. Drains, those are the most critical and overlooked items because they have the highest repair bill when we have water damage. So we ensure that we always redo the drains, not only to CD specifications and code requirements, but to ensure that we have a safety net built into them. And what we do is we install a brand new drain pan, we redo all the drains, we installed a P-trap and an easy trap flow switch. So if the P-trap ever gets backed up with water, this will activate, hopefully stopping the water from being produced. If that fails, we have a backup. Always have a backup to the backup, right? And what that is for us is an AG 1100 AquaGuard float switch. That means if the coil freezes up, if the primary drain backs up and the secondary gets backed up and no more area for the water to escape and it just goes into the pan, that switch is there to detect water and shut the unit off. Here's the furnace. Now the furnace heats your home, but it also is part of your air conditioner. So very important for this unit to get installed leveled and proper. Now, for the furnace side, I showed you the old unit that was here with the gas flex that was just going through the furnace. We come back and we install a hard gas pipe through the furnace. We add our sediment trap and then our brand new gas flex line. This ensures that the system is going to operate in a safe manner for many, many years. And the very last thing, air quality.
So as always, we install our Aprilaire media filters and we install our APCOX air purification UV system. Both of these systems here will ensure that the customer has clean air year round. Now the Aprilaire filter lasts around 6 months, which is again perfect because our maintenance for this customer is every 6 months. So our technicians will come out and swap out the filter. Now the APCOX UV light, that's a 3-year bulb. That means that for 3 years, this bulb in here will serve a purpose, cleaning the air, keeping bacterial growth to a minimum, and ensuring the customer has clean and healthy air. Now the very last thing is I'm gonna walk down the stairs, I'm gonna zip up the attic tent like I showed you earlier, and we're gonna let this system here start to cool off the house. I know the customer wants us to go ahead and get out of here and start enjoying this system. So thank y'all so much for sticking along with us. I know this was a long video this go around, but I hope y'all learned. I hope you enjoyed the content. Like always, subscribe to our channel, like us, share us, and continue to be part of our growth as we continue to grow this channel. We'll catch you on the next one. All right, Prime family.